Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for April 27th. April 27th is the 117th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 118th in leap years, with 248 days remaining to the end of the year. April 27th is Freedom Day in South Africa, commemorating the first post-apartheid elections that were held on April 27th in 1994. Today's word is tenacious. Tenacious is an adjective that means tending to adhere or cling, especially to another substance, such as tenacious burrs. Persistent in maintaining, adhering to, or seeking something valued or desired, such as tenacious negotiators. Tenacious can also mean retentive, such as a tenacious memory. The word tenacious comes to us from Latin. First known use is in 1607. Tenacious. And with that, the city of Bogata in modern-day Colombia was founded on April 27, 1539. Navigator Ferdinand Magellan was killed in the Philippines on April 27, 1521. He'd left Spain in 1519 to find a westward route to the Spice Islands and arrived in the archipelago we now know as the Philippines in the spring of 1521. He befriended one of the chiefs there, Raja Humabon. Raja Humabon and his queen were baptized into the Catholic faith, and gifts were exchanged. Raja Humabon was so impressed as to order the nearby chiefs to also convert to Christianity and to provide food supplies for the ships. Most of the chiefs were agreeable to this, but Chief Datu Lapu-Lapu from the island of Mactan wasn't having it. Raja Humabon and one of the other chiefs, Datu Zula, suggested that Magellan go to Mactan and force Lapu-Lapu to comply. I don't see this as a good idea, but I think Magellan saw it as an opportunity to make points with Raja Humabon by subduing the defiant Lapu-Lapu. Things didn't go to plan. The Spanish troops were immediately beset, surrounded by natives, and attacked with spears, arrows, and stones. The Spaniards had armor that protected them from being killed for the most part, but the event was highly demoralizing for the Spaniards. Those natives were fierce. Eventually, Magellan was hit with a poisoned arrow in the leg, after which he was easily overcome and killed. All that to say that Magellan died on April 27, 1521. He was 41. Well, that got long and hurried, didn't it? Let me say that many other events and birthdays have taken place on April 27 throughout history, and I do mention some of them in previous episodes. I'll include links to those if you'd like to check them out. Today's song is I Will Follow Him by Little Peggy Marsh from 1963. The music for this song was composed by Frank Porcell under the pseudonym of J.W. Stoll and Paul Mauriat under the pseudonym of Del Roma, and the song was first recorded as an instrumental named Chariot in 1961. Percy Faith then released the song as an instrumental retitled as I Will Follow You. Petula Clark released a French-language version in 1962 that did well in France. English lyrics were written by Norman Gimbel, and Little Peggy March released the version that we're talking about today in January of 1963 when she was 15 years old. This made her the youngest female artist to have a U.S. chart-topping single. The song did well over most of the world, and we find it today in the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100 on April 27, 1963, for the first of 3 weeks in that #1 spot. I Will Follow Him by Little Peggy March. Link in the description. And I also found Percy Faith's instrumental version, so there's a link to that as well. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoyed this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Getter. All those links in the description. Alrighty, that's all I could think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Do not disturb.
Okay, I turned Do Not Disturb on.
Good job. Third time better be a charm. There's no thee there. One more time. Attracting. Just read the whole thing over. Are you making some sound? Get on out of here. Yeah, we're gonna edit that out. Don't alienate people who can be helpful to you. Flinging happiness all over the place. Alrighty, back to work. I think we got it this time.